the topic we chose was competitive improvement versus just plagiarizing something. And so what is the difference? That's kind of the first line we have there. How do you know what is plagiarism versus what is just copying a design for ethical improvement that benefits everyone and society? So the Code of Ethics kind of breaks this down into two semi-controversial things, but they can agree. The main thing there is the Code of Ethics states that engineers are supposed to advance the body of knowledge. So that really ties in well with competitive improvement. We're always trying to improve our technology, improve our designs, stuff like that. Some of the best things actually were improvements. The first guy, Whittle, invented the jet engine in Britain. So the design actually went out, got patented, and a German engineer found the design and actually got it going, because Whittle couldn't figure out how to make the jet engine work. Now the jet engine is worth, oh man, if he could patent that and say every time a jet engine was made, you have to pay me this much for the design, he would be a billionaire easily. So stuff like that. But at the same time, we're supposed to give credit where credit is due. So that's kind of like a fine line there. If you take something off a McMaster car, it's a universal part really. Can one guy take credit for all that? I'd say no. We label a lot of different topics here. Come check a poster after. Sachin and Kaspar are going to really dive deeper and do some actual real-world examples about kind of the line there and what is copying, what isn't, stuff like that.
So, hey guys, you guys must know that forging a design idea without making any modifications or crediting the designer itself is unethical and illegal. However, taking inspiration from another design to make another product is both ethical and legal. You guys must know about copyright infringement and how it can lead to serious legal action on the company that's copying the design and can cause serious issues to them. And even if a design was used, according to the Code of Ethics Point 10 by APEC-BC, the company needs to extend public knowledge and appreciation of engineering to credit the idea and the concept of the design. Let's take smartphones as an example for this. I don't know if you guys know about this, but Apple, for their new iPhone 10, took their OLED displays from Samsung and they had to credit them for providing them with the displays, because the largest manufacturer of OLED in the market is Samsung. And however, it is completely possible for two companies to get a bigger general idea at the same time, and that won't be considered plagiarizing because both of them got the ideas at the same time and they implemented it a little bit different or probably similar, but it's just not copying from each other unless there's a case and the evidence suggests otherwise. And the best example in this case would be in cases of televisions where LG and Samsung both create their own OLED displays, and LG in this case doesn't take their OLED displays from Samsung, but then they got the idea of OLED displays at the same time. And that's why we have a good competition right now in the market. And yes, this is also exactly why companies don't sue each other, because all of this just results in technological advancement of societies and how it can just make life better. And they just treat it like a competition. Kaspar's gonna give another example and conclude.
So another question can be, is it ethical to hold on to an important design if the company has a patent or an individual has a patent? Is it ethical to hold on to that patent? A real example of this is when Volvo created the three-point seatbelt system, which was a lot safer than the two-point system used at the time, which was in the late 50s. They released the system free of charge. So that was forgetful of them to do, because it was an important design for the safety of the public. So being aware of how inspiration is different from plagiarism, and when certain amounts of replication can be beneficial, is an essential part of analyzing an ethical situation. Just because an engineer is credited for a design should not always mean that they have total control over how far it advances. Designs and products have more features when people can use the ideas of others, as well as give credit where it is due.